Good morning, everybody. This is Frank with Stroke of Luck, and I am on the solo tip today. Uncle B is under the weather, so unfortunately, he will not be joining us on the with us on the show today. So it's going to be pretty much an open mic, open forum, open everything, whatever you guys want to talk about. This is all about you guys today. So drop a message in the chat so I can see a rundown of who's in here already. I see Sandollar was first out the gate. So Sandollar, you get that world famous buffet point. Nikki T, what's up? How you doing today? So, what is good? What should we talk about? We got sales. We can talk about anything and everything y'all want to talk about. It's totally, I'm open to anything, you know. Yeah, Dan. So I'm having problems with my other webcam. So I landed up having to source a lesser quality camera for now from a thrift store yesterday. So that's why I look more black and white than in color, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. And you can tell by my movement on the screen, it's a very cheap camera, but the camera I have started acting up yesterday afternoon again, so.
Can I get a Roku? Are you on my?
Yes.
Oops, sorry.
So, but anyways, so that's the story with the camera for now, Dan. But yeah, he's out of here. We're having a meeting with him, you know, later on today, hopefully, and we're going to discuss his performance, you know. Nate, what's up? Every day I'm hustling. Great show this morning. Aaron, my Queen E, what's up, girl? How you doing? Jimmy, I fired Jimmy, Aaron. Little people know I was the chief executive officer of this Mile High Treasure Hunters, so I had to fire him for no other reason other than I wanted to fire him. So he's out of here. We're replacing him with my new co-host is actually in now, so I got my new co-host is here. No, just kidding. In all seriousness, Aaron, Jimmy doesn't feel good. He sent me a message this morning, said he was up all night. So I don't know, his stomach virus, or it's not the Rona, as far as we know. But it sounds like he's just under the wear. If you're available, Aaron, I'll drop you. I'll drop anybody who wants to join. Anybody who wants to come on and talk and hang out. There's the link in the chat. So anybody who wants to come in and sit and talk with us, you're welcome to come on in and hang out. We're just gonna. Sonny, what's up? How you doing, buddy? Jimmy's out today. He doesn't feel well, so he's out. I am solo, so I dropped that link in the chat. Anybody wants to come in and hang out, come on. It's lonely here in the dungeon. So look at that. You know, you get a call to action, and then look at this right out the gate. Sonny, what's up, buddy?
What's up, peeps? Good morning or good afternoon to everybody.
Yeah, it's still morning for us, but I guess afternoon for all them people on the East Coast. So how you doing? What's going on?
I just woke up about an hour ago and started listing stuff. I got like a mound of like board shorts. And I was like, you know what? This is a perfect time for this.
Board shorts, that's like, I guess back in the day for me, it would be like, anybody remember the Bear Cover? Remember those skateboarding, like surfing style shops? Remember that?
I remember the long shorts, but I didn't know that's what they're called. What's up, Aaron?
What's up? Yeah, so Bear Cover was when I grew up with Jimmy, when we grew up together, we lived in Mesa, Arizona, and it it was like a skateboard surfing style shop called the Bear Cover. So they had like their own. And I think it was a national franchise because they had the Bear Cover trick team, and they had a half pipe literally in their parking lot of their. So that's what I was familiar with, like you said, like the long shorts and all that kind of stuff. So
Before this lockdown happened, I kept seeing this brand right here, right? And it was misleading because I would see the label and it doesn't match as entirely different wording. And I kept seeing it enough to where before it closed down, I saw two shorts kind of separated. I said, wait a minute. Let me go back and look at these. And it took a few minutes and I finally realized or found that they're worth money. So I found a pair of used ones and they sold for around $35 within an hour. And these are in brand new condition and retail they're like $135. So I have these listed around $95, just trying to get that.
Really?
So they're chrome. And that's one of the I know, but it took a few minutes. Built in San Francisco. Some long shorts though.
Chrome.
Almost like
there's a bolo for everybody. I never even heard of that brand, so heck yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a new bolo to keep in mind for it because I kept seeing them. I didn't know what they were at first.
We talked about it last week. Have you sourced or found any the brand is called Cool?
Yeah, KUHL. I come across that a lot. And there's different types of garments for that. There's pants, there's shirts, there's jackets, and you'll definitely hasn't seen that before? KUHL comment in it. I may have a jacket to show the little logo, and that little thing. Once you see it, you already think that's money, depending on what the price it's for. Give me a second. I might have one right here.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, Justin, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Thank you for coming in. Thrifting Goomba, welcome in. Thank you. Hey, I got your email. I will send you a response to your question on the Traegers and the Rectech grills. I'm very familiar with Rectech as well. In the meantime, Goomba, look up Yoder pellet grills, and that's YODER Yoder pellet grills. Start doing a little bit of looking up on those while until I get back to you, okay?
Nope. Struck out. I think I sold
one. But yes, and Cajun Reseller, what's up, buddy? Bill Stoner, welcome in. Yeah, so like I said, cool. We run across a lot of it here, obviously, because it's kind of I don't know how you want to group that grouping of like the North Face, Columbia, Cool. They're all kind of that same kind of niche target, supposed to be outdoor hiking type of outerwear, but yeah, Cool sells really good, and we run into honestly quite a bit of it here.
Yeah, same here. Usually where I find Cool in this particular Goodwill that's near me, I find a lot more like outdoor stuff because that's what's cool is more of the outdoorsy stuff. And I would say like the North Face items that come along with the location and Cool related, they're pretty much used for outdoors, and that stuff is expensive to be outdoors. It's not something where you just put on plain shorts. People get serious into it, from shoes to shorts to all kinds of things.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy because I mean I've seen like, to me, I'm really honestly a very simple basic person. I couldn't imagine spending $85-$90 on a pair of pants to go climb, hike trails and get all dirty and torn and this and that. But I get, but we also see a lot of it too with it's also you see a lot of guys and gals that you could tell would never go near a hiking trail or a mountain wearing Cool gear because it's trendy and
It's not just men's either. They have plenty of kids stuff and women's stuff, but the men, through my experiences, have sold faster and for a lot more.
Yeah, usually Cool will sell for us. Usually it doesn't stay in my store for more than maybe a week at best.
Yeah.
Most time it's usually even quicker than that. Brandon, hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Welcome in. Anthony, what's up?
What's up, Anthony? I just saw Anthony's and Nate's that they had that auction going on, and I caught the first one they had, and that was really, really good. And I want to be a part of that, Anthony.
And yeah, so tomorrow night is they always do it the first Thursday of every month.
That's cool.
And I believe, and Nate or Anthony can correct me on this, but they're also trying to pick up on a second
Live auction.
date of the month to do a second auction. But yeah, talk about one, it's fun. Two, it's helping fellow resellers source inventory, and it's really cool. Excuse me. I bought some wireless Wii controllers from an auction that Anthony had. They were I got them at a great price. It was free shipping. I got them into my house. I listed them a couple days later, and two of them sold that night. So it was a great way to source some inventory and twist, flip some stuff. Hey, my brother Ray jumped in. What's up, Ray? Joseph, my brother from another mother. Jimmy is out of the office today. He called in sick. I was just informed by his manager. But yeah, Jimmy doesn't feel good today, so he sent me a text this morning, said he didn't know he was going to try to give it a shot. I told him if he wasn't feeling good, not to worry about it. We got plenty of awesome people in our community that can, that if I open it up to invite guests in, they'd be happy to jump in, and Sonny jumped in right out the gate. So we got somebody hanging out with me today and having a good time. Did I miss anybody? Yeah, Anthony's saying hit up Nate. He's organizing that, Sonny, if you want to put something.
I'll hit him up on Instagram in a second.
We have not confirmed or denied that it might have been she made dinner last night, and that's why Jimmy is out of the office today. Joseph said he might have went to Casa Bonita. That's a possibility as well. Either one could just be just as dangerous to the gastrointestinal region. Midwest Bargain say, I saw you jump in earlier. I didn't mean to skip you, but hey, I want to recognize you, as well as Moronic Pest is in the house.
Any of the places opening up on your side, Frank?
So it's kind of weird. So Goodwill, obviously we have Goodwill out here, but they literally have only opened like 5 of their stores. So, and it's all on the very south end of Denver. I don't know if you've ever been to Denver or been through Denver, but it's all like, so in between Denver and Colorado Springs is a town called Castle Rock. So they opened up the thrift stores in Castle Rock and on the very south end of Denver, but nothing up by where me and Jimmy live. So there is no Goodwills to go to, but we do have that chain, which is ARC thrift stores that we have here in Denver. Mm-hmm. They have all opened up, and one of the cool things that they're doing for their customers, obviously they're doing the whole, depending on the square footage of the building, they're allowed X amount of people in the store right. per square footage. And they do have literally every aisle, row, everything in the store arrowed out, so you literally have to follow. I almost feel like I'm in an IKEA. You ever been in an IKEA?
Yeah, we have one.
Where you got to kind of follow, or you'll get lost. They have it so you can't cross aisles. But one of the cool things they are doing is, Bill Stoner's asking about it real quick about Goodwill being a fiction town, and yes, that is the town that Stand By Me, the movie Stand By Me, is based in. It's a town called Castle Rock. But that is actually Castle Rock, allegedly in Oregon, if I'm not mistaken, where that movie takes place. But there is a real Castle Rock in Colorado. So anyways, I'm sorry getting long-winded on this, but So one of the things they're doing for the customers, if you wear a mask into the store and wear it all the way till checkout, they'll give you 30% off your entire order.
Oh, wow.
So
I don't know if Vegas would be that way. They're too stingy.
So it's they've definitely I went and dropped by one by my house yesterday, and I was talking to one of the girls that works in the store, and she told me that they are gonna literally, you have to go back in every single day because they have so much amazing inventory to put out that they're literally having to limit each day how much to put out because they don't want to put it all out in one day and then kind of burst their bubble in it.
You got to imagine how hard that is for them to have to control the population foot traffic that comes in. Hi, Crystal. And then originally I thought to myself, like, the last thing I want to do is to go in Goodwill. And then I realized with the people who are going out there to Goodwills that are opening up, they are managing foot traffic, right? And I realized maybe it's not a bad time to go in because you have less people to rub elbows with. You know, you have that space and there's not a time limit. So it might be a good thing, but I don't know.
Yeah, I was Jimmy. Yeah, did we lose everybody? Okay, we're still here. Computer's
Sure.
acting finicky now all of a sudden. Gary, hey, what's up? Rosie, what's up? T's Flips. T, let me give you some wrench. I just noticed you're not a mod on here, so we'll get you hooked up. So back to what I was saying with the Goodwill bins. I drove past it on Monday, and usually, and my brother can attest, he's gone to the Goodwill bins with me before. That parking lot is usually, I mean, it's hard to find a parking spot within a block of that building. And the other day when I drove past, there was maybe 4 cars in the parking lot. So I'm thinking maybe the Goodwill bins might be a good place to be at right now because there's not 1,000,001 people in there fighting over, everything.
There's a strong group of regulars that go to the bins over here. Well, there's 2 bins over here. There's one that's small nearest me, but the further one out towards opposite side of Vegas, their group there, they could be fierce and they kind of help each other out and not letting anybody in the bins. But that's one place I was thinking about going to. Like, it's not crazy. They're not bullies or anything, but at the same time, they do kind of manage people to get around them if they're into something, especially the new bins that come out. That's when it gets crazy.
So I did manage to score yesterday. Here's a bolo for everybody. I'm sure a lot of people know about it. Don't know how well it's going to show up on here, but
Is that a shad?
they have the big mouth Billy Bass or whatever they call him. This is Travis the Trout. You find these at the thrift store. There's collectors that want these things and they pay up for these things big time.
That's what Matt, the Phoenix Flipper, he usually comes across those. I think in all the videos I've seen of his, I think he's come across like 3 to 5 of them, and he always vouches for those dang fish. But I don't, I don't see how. It's crazy. It's such a weird, odd thing.
Yeah, I mean this is the first one I've
enough.
found, honestly. Yeah, and I found that thing. I was like, "Hey, Simply Dana,
Does it
what's
work?
going
Can you play
on?"
it?
What's that?
Can you play it? They're pretty creepy when they.
You know what? I haven't. I gotta put batteries in it, but I will. We're gonna test this bad boy out on live on camera. So I either wasted my $4 on this thing, or I got to score.
Crystal, I didn't know that. I didn't know there was a Savers bins.
Batteries. I know I got batteries somewhere.
Pumbaa, Gary. Hola, Amanda.
So we may or may not have the ultimate fail right here live on TV. This is why I do things without pre-planning anything. So when you fail, it's fun.
I like it. Is it not working?
Now I just got to find a screwdriver to.
Aaron saying, "What's going on, Frank?"
Trying to get my bass to.
Just add water.
What the soup?
Yeah, Crystal, I had this on with the Aaron's live show. I'll show you one. Get that glare out of there. My mother-in-law got me this out in the Philippines.
Well, that's a good sign. The battery compartment's nice.
Jimmy, you wanna jump in? I could jump out. Oh,
He's like I said, he's got some bigger issues right now going on. I feel for you, Jimmy. I know how that is.
Yeah, that blows.
Let's test out. Okay, folks, this is either.
It's upside down. That sounds backwards.
That is literally the most hideous. You got to see this thing in real life. It is hideous looking.
I remember the first time I seen one, it scared me.
What's that?
The first time I seen one, it scared me. I've never seen or heard of them, and they're pretty loud too.
Yeah, no kidding. And you know, there's no volume control on these things either.
Let's put it.
And it's got the little stand, so you can. It's got a stand on the back, so it does not have the. It actually surprisingly has a DC. For a DC plug, it didn't have that, but I really don't care because it still works out. But yeah, this thing. So what's funny thing about this, man, I remember when these things first came out about 20 years ago. Who would have thought now these things are collector's items and people pay up for these things?
It's
Jennifer, you found one in the box
and sell.
What's that?
It's crazy the things we'll buy and sell or keep for ourselves.
Right. I found this other thing. I'll show you this. I kind of sometimes I look for the strange oddities stuff. Sometimes I fail, and sometimes they turn out to be a good sell. But I found this the other day. If anybody familiar with one of these, it's like a human anatomy doll. And so it has like different, it actually comes apart. But the other thing about it is it has all the organs. Yeah. Oops, I just dropped the spleen. But it's got all the organs are, and they're in like this like jelly, rubbery material.
Yeah.
There's the stomach with the
kind of gross
intestines. Oops. I think that's a bladder was attached to it.
The bladder just fell.
But you found this doll, and it was like $1. I'm like, what the heck? Even if it doesn't sell for much, it's strange enough that somebody will want this thing. You know what I mean? And the body, I don't know. I think there's a brain inside the skull. And oops, I just dropped a bone.
Erica's issue would buy it for fun.
And it does have a brain. Look at that. Probably not going to come up very clean on my camera because my camera stinks today, and the brain does come out. Oh, it's attached to it. Look.
Kind of creepy cool.
No Money G, what's up?
Greg.
So yeah, I always look out for weird, strange stuff like this because you never know. You know what I mean? Some guy might be like, hey, I need a Barbie size human anatomy doll for. It says it's an anatomical model. Okay. Because I haven't even looked up comps on it to see what it's worth or anything. Then I found this too. Here's another, again, look in they call it the bric-a-brac section or whatever, the knick-knack section.
I usually see that at Salvation Army when they have it stickered.
So this is just a piece of painted wood, and it's the Cathedral Series Westminster Abbey, but it's dated 1995 on the back. And I found this on eBay. It was like $25-30 on eBay. It was 99 cents. And I was wearing a mask, so I got 30% off. So I paid 70 cents for this. So,
jeez,
that's why I thought I always look for some of the oddball stuff because you never know. I mean,
wheeling and dealing.
Sorry, I'd actually not pay attention to the chat much. So, hey, Sonny, do you want to talk a little, and I will catch up on the chat real quick?
Yeah, Um, some of the things I've been doing lately has been big on offer up. I'm noticing people aren't like the prices of weights went up, as everybody knows, majority of people know. And I've been looking at other fitness stuff like punching bags, and I got one yesterday for 75. And I use it for a stress reliever, but they're originally like 125, then the prices on all retail sites went up to like 275. And then last night before going to sleep, I found this lady had one listed for 100, and they're selling now for like 375. So I'm gonna go pick that up. Hopefully at 2. I was supposed to be there at 10:30, but she ended up saying she needed an appointment to go to. But keep your eyes out on stuff locally, especially heavy things. Usually I don't get heavy things, but for the way things are going now, it's pretty much a solid market for fitness gear. And keep refreshing your apps because you skip out on things quick and other people swoop up on it.
Right. Yeah, we were. Hey, my brother joined in on the live chat with us. Sonny, this is my brother Ray. Ray, this is Sonny, Las Vegas
What's up, brother
Thrifts.
Ray?
Thrifts. So,
Nice to meet
one of the things I've heard from a lot of people is if you can set yourself if you can commit yourself, set an alarm for like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Because I've heard people are nailing some killer deals at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning on like Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, this one last night with the second punching bag, it was probably around 1:30 in the morning.
It's a good thing I don't sleep a lot at night anyway, so I do have a chance to I do occasionally when I remember to look on my phone for that. But yeah, I got to start doing that as well, just because. Hey, real quick, I did miss this earlier in the chat. So Justin is doing a live premiere tonight, correct? 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern, 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific. We are on the mission to get Rev to 1,000 subs. I know he's right on the cusp, so Grimes will be shouting out to him tonight. And we're going to make sure to tune into that, and we're going to get him over 1,000 subs tonight.
Nice.
Yeah, I agree, Jimmy. Dave is the man. He's cool. He's helpful. He likes to brag a little too much because he's killing it on eBay right now. I think he's at, 30 grand over the last 90 days or something like that. Just primo.
Hey Frank.
Yo.
Hey, what stores did you guys go to? Because I passed by the ones by our house, and it didn't seem like there was anybody in the parking lots to go into those thrift stores.
That's because nobody's going in there. They're just people are, huh?
I might have to go out and take a look because I literally passed by some on my way home from Aaron had a run, and there was nobody. Didn't look like there was anybody. I thought there'd be like people because this was right before they would open, and there was nobody in the line.
I mean, it's literally a ghost town in the thrift stores right now. There's a few people going into them, but I mean, so the arc by your house, you know how you normally enter through the right? That's now the exit. So you got to enter through the left side. There's a rope, and you got to line up, take a mask because you'll get 30% off of your purchase. And then you just got to follow the arrows throughout the store and then, most people have been pretty cool. I haven't ran into no pun intended, ran into anybody that kind of complained or whatever about coming close to them. I mean, they're preaching. It's constantly going on over the intercoms and stuff like that to stay 6 feet away from each other, yada, yada, yada. But, yeah, like Amanda said, there was maybe 10 people in the store yesterday. We went there. So we had to go to Sam's Club and Walmart. So it was probably about 3 o'clock we were there. And like I said, it's a ghost town.
Good. I'm gonna check it out after I get done here with you guys. But yeah, I need to get my fix in, man. I feel like a junkie. I need my fix here. I need Yeah, I'm getting the itches and scratches. I'm picking my face.
I know it's one of those things where it's a double-sided drug, right? I always tell people like Queen Cleopatra, I think that's how her name is, or vice versa. She put her first listing up yesterday,
Mm.
and we were like, excited for her. And I wanted to. I always tell people, for me, man, it never gets old hearing my phone go off, and it's like a drug. And as soon as you get one, and you're like, yeah, and then especially, and I don't know if you saw this, bro. My brother and I have a business together. We do our eBay together. Here's a great example of sometimes you got to just let stuff go. So I got a set of from 1971 first edition coin. It was a coin set. I listed it on eBay for 199 bucks. Person sends me an offer of $96 and some change. I accepted it because I didn't have any cost into it. It was given to me from a friend. Accepted it. Cool. I'm gonna flip a quick $100 on this thing. A day later, they send me a message. Oh, I ordered this by mistake. I didn't mean to order it. Yada, yada, yada. Now, my frustration wanted to be, well, then why did you send me an offer if you had no intention on paying the offer? Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I wanted to give a long-winded,
Tell him, Frank.
jerky response. Instead, I just swallowed my pride and said, I will issue you a refund here shortly. Left it at that. Issued the refund, relisted it. 2 hours later, $150 offer on that same set.
Nice.
So made an extra $50 off of it, and it all worked out in the end, right? It was just, sometimes, you get frustrated with those returns or those cancellation requests or whatever, but at the end of the day, it all worked out, and that happens more often than not where we can kind of luck out on something like that,
Hey, Frank, what'd you pay for that fish?
$4.
I looked at some comps on it. They're between like 28 towards like $30 or so.
Yeah, there was even a couple that were like $55 for an out of the box. This is Travis the Trout, in case anybody wants to know.
Yeah, I think
I need to go source it.
She said it was rare
I need-
up in the chat earlier.
Yeah, I need to go sourcing because I need Frank to yell at me for buying stuff. Because every time
You
I
want to know
tell him I have
something
a
fun, though? So when I went up to the cash register to pay for my stuff, the lady literally at the register goes, "Oh, you found the Travis the Trout, huh?" And I was like, "Well, thank you for saying his name, because I was gonna have to try to figure out, which one he was and all that." Sorry, guys, I just had got a couple more sales on the eBay.
Nice. I'm going to go back to a question Rosie's Closet Crystal asked. She said if my post office was open over here. I haven't been to the post office probably since the shutdown. I've mostly been doing scheduled pickups and haven't had an issue with it. So if you don't want to get out around people, start getting used to scheduling a pickup. They're pretty easy. Before, they weren't accepting, say, one item of first class. I've been able to schedule one item of first class to go, and it hasn't been an issue. And with that, if you're new to pickups, say you have one scheduled pickup and you get more orders before they come, you could just hand it to them all. I usually just put it in a bag if it's too much to carry in my hands.
Yeah, I take advantage of the postal pickup at my house. I just literally on Monday, maybe it's Sunday night or Monday night, I went ahead and scheduled my next. I have a scheduled pickup every day through the end of June. And I just put a blanket, 10 packages, 5 first class, 5 priority. I say the weight is 10 pounds.
Yeah.
And my postal worker's awesome. I've talked about it before. I leave a protein bar and a bottled water in the tote for her every morning when I put my packages on the porch. I've ran into her a couple times where she's like, "Oh my God, thank you for the snack," or whatever. And now that summer's coming along, I'll actually put a frozen bottled water out for her. That way she can drink it later as it starts to melt.
Sounds like Rosie has a bad, Crystal has a bad mail person. Some of these post office, like I've worked for them and they go through routes and there's repetitive. And sometimes they end up switching up on snagging up another unit post office carrier, and they'll try to get them to do it. And they don't really know the route sometimes. and it's no excuse, but it's just sometimes they're overwhelmed with work. Working in the post office, it's amazing what's all done from say 2 in the morning up to 7, and then when the post mail clerks come in, like that's a whole different ballgame. It's really busy inside those post offices.
You know, even before the whole pandemic thing happened, I had a run-in with another post office that's near my house. It was convenient for me when I would head to a thrift store that was north of where I live. And some post offices, honestly, even the smaller ones, kind of try to make up their rules as they go. Because this particular post office told me I could not drop off my mail at their post office because the zip code on my packages wasn't the zip code of their post office building.
What?
Yeah. And needless to say, I went to a couple other post offices and asked them that same question. And they were like, it doesn't matter. You could drop off a package in Chicago that has your Denver address, and we don't care. I mean, you know. My cousin asked, and have you ever tried any of those? Selena had her boutiques. Her products they still have the boutiques are open, if I'm not mistaken, right, Erica? I've never tried selling any of her clothes on eBay or anything. I don't know how well it would do.
Me neither.
Tejano, you're from that area, Sonny? Yeah, the other thing I like about my postal worker is one time I, like a dork, I forgot to put a label on a package. So she knocked on the door and waited till I answered the door, and she's like, "Hey, you forgot to put a package on this label, or label on this package, I mean." And the other thing I like about it too, Sonny, and you can attest to it, is they scan every package as they pick them up off your porch. So literally your customer gets that updated information immediately. OSP, Chris, what's up? Rev.
Amanda says you got a bully.
Amanda says I got a what?
A bully. It's so funny. Frank has a BFF on the one post office, and the ladies at the other.
Oh, yeah. So this other one that Jimmy sometimes takes his packages to, because they got a 24-hour drop box that you can get a pretty good sized box in there. Man, that has like these 3 ladies. Their combined age is probably 350 between the 3 of them. They're like these 3 curmudgeonly old ladies, and they are literally, they would make me almost, I don't want to say almost give me to the point of crying, but if they tried hard enough, they would probably make a grown man cry. That's how mean and rude they are. And again, they do the same thing. They change the rules. That one day you go in there, and I'm like, I've got all my stuff already pre-labeled. I just need to drop it off. Yeah, Amanda, I even make her go in there with me because they're mean to me. They don't like me. And they'll tell me one day to put them on this counter. And then the next day I would go in and I would try to put them on that counter. Like, they don't go there. They go over here. And I'm like, whoa, hey, whoa. We'll just take it easy, man.
Dana has 1-day shipping. When I first started, I had 3-day shipping because I was working at the post office at the time. So the hours are crazy. And once I figured out my routine, I realized I could do it the same day since I worked at the post office. You know, I'll be tired getting home, but I was just like, this was worth it. Pack up the item and then take it first thing in the morning and scan it myself. But the thing with the scanners at the post offices, it only updates, and this is what I was told by the managers and what I've found myself, whether it's completely true or not, like 100%. You scan the item, you have to put it back on the charging dock for it to read and populate up to everybody else for the package to go to, the tracking number. And there's been times where you could have the wrong setting on the scanner and it'll read like a beep that you scanned it, but it's not the right setting, so it doesn't read it. So that's probably why sometimes people don't get it tracking, because the setting's not correct.
Yeah, I luckily, like I said, ever since I started my porch pickups from the post office, I haven't had any issues, thank God. Other than, like I said, couple times I've messed up on my end, and the girl that picks up my packages, she catches them and makes me aware of it, and then I just go run upstairs, print the label, and I drop it off later or whatever.
Yeah, man, it's that you forget a label. I've done that. I think we've all done that. As long as you
Yeah, I'm
catch
like,
it, you'll never know who it belongs to unless they hold it.
Rev's got some smoked sausages and some peppered onions.
That sounds really good. I just
Rev's
need some.
we tailgating for the big premiere tonight, Rev. You're gonna pop that 1,000 sub mark tonight. We know it. Where are you at right now, Rev? So we know how close we need to. Anybody know how many subs Rev has right now? Also, too, Matt, I saw you drop in earlier. I can't remember if I did say hi to you or not, but Matt will be on the show tomorrow, folks. So make sure to tune in tomorrow at 11. Matt will be our special guest.
Okay.
Start writing down your questions for him. He said he'll be here for 6 hours if it needs be to answer everybody's questions. So.
Oops. Rev, I accidentally unsubscribed and subscribed back right now. He's at 759.
All right, piece of cake. Justin usually gets at least 1,000 people on his live chats, so that's obtainable, folks. We'll get that, no problem.
I had a package dropped off to me the other day, and good thing it was from a neighbor about 5 houses down, and I could hear them talking, but the gate in front of the door was so far away that I didn't want to just open it. I was afraid they had a dog or something that's just being incognito, waiting for me to get in and attack me. And so I was pounding on the wall, and I could hear somebody saying, "There's a guy outside." And I'm like, "Yeah, I got your package," but it's like at 11:30, and I'm trying to wave at it. Hopefully they have a ring to catch it. I got so fed up after 5 minutes. I just tossed it at the door. And you could hear the guy, and this is the guy yelling out at the woman saying, "Oh, he's throwing stuff at us. Call the cops." I'm like, "Oh my God." I'm trying to help you out, and here you are making it harder than what it is.
Right. Man, hey, bro, I don't know if I had told you about this yet or not, but so we've had listed, it was a lot of 26 Starbucks coffee mugs and tumblers. And it was one of those things where I was just so frustrated. I was like, I'm not going to list these things individually. I hate listing glass. I hate shipping glass. It never ends out right. You can have one simple coffee mug, but it's made of ceramic or whatever, so it weighs at least a pound. So you're at least $7-8 shipping. I hate it. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do this all in one big giant lot, and hopefully somebody will buy this whole lot from us.
And
So I got it sold for
a lot of different.
They were all different Starbucks coffee mugs and tumblers, and from various, listed them for like $150. Somebody sent me $100 offer. I accepted it. Me and my wife literally took us like an hour individually wrapping each mug, making sure they had bubble wrap around each one of them. Had them in a huge box, and with the shipping, I did it FedEx home delivery, obviously because it's cheaper than doing it through the postal service. So Friday, I get a message from the buyer. Hey, FedEx is showing my package was delivered, but I never got my package. And my heart sinks because I'm like, man, if I have to give $100 credit and I have no way to prove whether this guy really got his package or not, because it wasn't a signature required. So all FedEx had to do was drop it off on the porch. So I'm like sweating bullets, man. I'm like, man, we're going to have to drop $100 credit on this guy plus the shipping, yada, yada, yada. So then he messaged me back again on Saturday and said, look, I opened a case with FedEx because they're saying the package was delivered at 1:30 p.m. I checked my Ring doorbell. I checked our other cameras at our house. Our package, the FedEx was never at our house. And then literally a half hour later, I get another message from him. Hey, good news. We found my package. FedEx got a hold of the driver. He dropped the package off at a house 4 blocks away from my house. The address was nowhere even remotely close It was like literally the driver just randomly chose a house to drop this box off at.
I was gonna say, I hope if somebody stole it, that they ended up with sciatica.
I know, right? And man, I was sweating bullets, man. I was like, and I thank God that the guy was an honest buyer, and he told me, "Hey, good news. I'm going to leave you a good review. Thank you for being very, helpful with me in regards to tracking information and yada yada yada." Which it was stuff that was loaded automatically when I shipped it, but to him, I was did everything I could to make it right, and but yeah, I was. How about? And I hope, I'll never know, but I can only speculate. But man, I really hope that FedEx did something with that driver, because it's not like it went to like 104th Avenue and it was supposed to be 104th Court or Street. You know what I mean? That I could understand.
Mhm.
But literally, the street number and the street name were nowhere near remotely close to the address on the package. Matt, you said that happened to you with the post office, huh?
We did. I know we get good customers when they're honest with you, and then some of them are they're just too much. It's like, how can somebody be that negative to automatically have intentions to do people wrong? It's like, why do you waste your own time like that? In my opinion, that's how I think of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the frustrating part with some buyers. I mean, I can almost, I say at this point, 2 years into my almost full-time reselling career, I could sniff out the guys that are BSing me and the people that are genuine. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because like I always tell, like I use the example, like let's say you have a $15 shirt and somebody buys it, and then they say they want to return it. They're banking that you're just going to tell them to keep the shirt and issue them a refund. So they're out $15 on the front end, but they land up getting their $15 back, and they get to keep the shirt, because you don't want to have to pay the return shipping if you have free returns.
It's bound to happen. It's just the way some
David
people.
Hey,
Smallwood,
Frank, does that mean I can
welcome.
buy more
What's that, bro?
bucks, tumblers, and glasses, mugs?
Hey, your phone is really bad, choppy. Go upstairs, bro. I think you need to get closer to your router.
Yeah, I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna go check out those thrift stores if they're open.
Okay. I'll give you a call here after the show, too.
Later, amigo.
What else we got going on in the chat? Anybody?
What's up, Chris? I don't think I said hello to Chris, OSP, old school picker.
So yeah, Rev, again, back to your show tonight. I'm looking forward to that. Nikki, I'm assuming you're going to be part of that live chat as well. Everybody else that's in here in the chat, we got 27 people right now. That's 27. Hopefully everybody's already subbed to David with Rev Resales, but if you haven't, get in there and hit that sub button. So don't the word on the street is don't pick a fight with you, Sonny. I guess you put the tunes on a punching bag, Chris is saying.
Yeah, I had another there's this I consider him a big YouTuber. He's out in California. I've been following him since I started YouTube, and he commented on there, said he wanted to go hands with each other. So I asked him, I was like, do you box? He was like, yeah, I used to back in the day. But I didn't tell him I used to be a kickboxing instructor, so
Oh,
that surprise on him.
you'd be like Callie, the ecom mom, or what's her name, the master of the roundhouse kick, But
Yeah.
you two on my side, you guys are my teammates if we ever need to get into a brawl.
I got to go along. When it comes to fighting, I don't like to fight. And one of my bad things is that I don't back down either, especially when people are involved. I'm very protective. I think I said that in Aaron's show. Like, I'm protective of the other people, that I just throw myself out there immediately. I don't think about it. It's just embedded in me. But It's funny. This one of my coworkers, he's prior military, and he didn't realize I was prior military. So he just comes up to me one day and says, "What have you done for your country?" And I'm like, "Oh, what have you done?" I turned it back on him. He's like, "Well, I served," and I was like, "Okay, how long have you served?" He was like, 2.5 years, and I wanted to ball laughing, and I was hardly anybody does 2.5 years like a full term. It's just an odd number, and I kept leading him on. And week after week, he would come up to me, or every day he would see me, and he would come by me, grab my arms, and then he'd be like, "Hey, come here." And I was like, "No, you come here." And he would poke at my stomach, and he'd be like, "Oh, how are your abs so hard?" And I'm like, "I don't have abs. I just eat a lot, so I'm very compact." So he said, "Oh, do you know how to throw hands?" And I was like, "Yeah, I also know how to kick too." And he was just like, "Kick?" It sounds weird when you say it. And his coworker, who I started at the company with, he said, "Hey, man, I wouldn't do that. He was a kickboxing instructor." And he was just like, "Well, I don't kickbox." And I was like, "Well, I never asked you if you did or didn't." You're the one calling me out. It's like, watch what you get yourself into.
Yeah, I used to not that I'm certainly not like my son's stature. My son is like 6'7", 300 pounds.
Jeez.
I'm 6 foot, 350 pounds, so I'm a lot more, but I used to hate and like I don't like to go into bars and nightclubs because usually, again, it's not that I'm like this big, tall in stature or anything like that, but people always, especially the guys with little man syndrome, tend to want to pick a fight with the bigger guys in the bars after you've been drinking. And naturally, I'd be one of those targets all the time where people would just constantly be talking crap. Jimmy knows if he was on here with us, my wife was there. We went into a bar one night to sing karaoke, and man, it almost looked like in the movies when people walk into like a bar or a club and you hear the record scratching, the music stops, and everybody looks at you.
Sounds like you're talking about me too.
They literally looked at me and Jimmy and our wives, and the rest of the night, while we tried to be there, we were only there for maybe an hour. And it was just so uncomfortable with people just like, I'd go to use the restroom and guys, they accidentally throw the shoulder into your shoulder as they're walking by or whatever. And I'm like, I came back to the table one time. I was like, we got to get out of here because we're about to get jumped by about 20 guys that really want to kick our butts. So,
oh man,
hey, Daddy, I was not starting anything that night. As a matter of fact, Jimmy can attest to it. I was probably in the corner singing like some Bette Midler songs, waiting for my turn to sing karaoke when they all wanted to beat the hell out of us.
So you sing karaoke, right?
Hell no. I mean, I'm the greatest singer in the shower and in my car when I'm by myself, but you hear my voice. This voice will not sing. Rev, on the other hand, I want to hear him sing. He's got that voice that would make a Wolverine purr.
Oh wow.
He's got that soft Southern drawl voice. I bet he can sing. Got some. He'll be sounding like some, Kenny Chesney or something.
I like country. I like country a lot.
I love country music. We used to go to this other bar all the time, and it wasn't as bad. We didn't nearly have the issues with people wanting to fight us at that bar. That was a fun bar. But yeah, like I said, for some reason the little guys like to start fights with the big guys, and 9 times out of 10, I'm like, literally all I want to do is go to the restroom. Leave me alone. I'm not,
And Nikki said she was an army brat. When it came to fighting, especially in the military, it was never me who started it, and it never initiated with people wanting to fight me at the bat. It was always my friends who would either talk crap or somebody talk crap to them. And I knew this would happen all the time. So I would always say, hey, y'all go ahead before me. Y'all go wherever you're going to go to. I'm going to go to the bar. And regardless of what happened, they would start crap with them. And another friend would come and call me. They used to call me the one-hitter quitter. And they would call me to kind of have their back. And I would always say, no, you got to do your own fights. Like take a punch. You got to figure it out along the way. Like if you start getting beat up that bad, I'll jump in and stop it. So one of my friends, I was single at the time, so I could say this. So 2 girls approached me at the bar, and they're like, "What are you drinking?" And I'm like, "What do you want?" And they're like, "No, what are you drinking?" And I was like, "Oh, hell yeah!" So all of a sudden, I'm talking to these 2 females, and a guy or one of my friends starts pulling my shoulder, and I'm like, "Yo, get out of here!" Like I'm doing something. I'm about to get some free drinks. So they're like, "No, Ed's gonna get into a fight," and I'm like, "Crap!" Ed just got shoulder surgery, and I was like, "What's going on? He can't fight. He just like literally had finished shoulder surgery the day before." So I go up to the group, and I kind of keep a distance. Everybody is in the middle of the dance floor, and this guy's yelling at Ed, and supposedly this guy was messing around with his wife, and his wife was like, "Hey, knock it off. I'm married. Leave me alone." So Ed went up there, was like, "Hey, knock it off. Comes down to it. I can't fight you, but stop." And this guy's talking crap. So I'm behind like 100 people or so, and my head pops in between two shoulders of people. And you just see this guy out of nowhere, like, "I want to fight you." I'm like, how the hell did you picture me in all this? So I ended up hitting him one time, and he fell over. And before he could fall over, I'm like, "No, I just got started." But the bouncer came in, big old Samoan Sole guy comes up and grabs me, and he's like, "Hey, we're good. Go over there." Before he knew it, had free drinks all night, and the other guy got kicked out. But how does that happen? Like it wasn't about me, and ended up about me. That's my luck when it comes to fighting. It just comes my way.
Yeah, I've lucked out in the sense that I've only been in a couple fights my entire life. And they were when I was a teenager. I've learned it's kind of a joke, but it's serious too. When I do get close to getting into a fight, I tend to embellish how crazy I am. And it helps to get people to say, "Okay, you know what? We're good," because I don't know how well I will do in a fight, to be honest with you. I know I'm going to do my best to not lose. But Aaron, the Queen E, what's up?
Hello. How are you guys?
Good. Aaron has some fighting skills.
Maggie
yeah.
Beatles
Any
in the
tips, Aaron,
house
for
too?
fighting? Give us your best tips, fighting protective tips.
Run and hide.
Run and hide.
Yes.
So do you call that the R&H technique?
Yes.
R&H, run and hide.
Yes.
Are there any good club bars, country bars, anything down in the Springs?
They have Copperhead Road, and they have Cowboys. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been in the bar. Because like you were saying, Frank, that when I take my husband in there, he's out to protect everybody. And he's like, "There's somebody fighting with the girl." And I'm like, "No, they're not fighting. Stop."
Fight your own.
I remember one time, this is the honest to God's truth. My wife and I met my sister and her boyfriend after going to, I think they had went to a concert or something. We were picking them up. And so there's this restaurant here in Denver called the Breakfast King. And it is, you always hear people talk about, like a city is a melting pot of every culture or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this restaurant is at 2 a.m. because all the bars in Denver close. Probably the same in the Springs at 2 a.m. Mm-hmm. And then by 2:30 a.m., you could literally have like these goth, devil worshiping people sitting next to a couple cowboys and cowboy hats next to some church group that just let out of there. I mean, it's like literally every single genre of human beings possible, all joining together to eat breakfast at 2:00 in the morning. So me and Amanda pick up my sister and her boyfriend at the time. And my sister's 5 foot tall if she's wearing heels. And her boyfriend wasn't much bigger. And we may or may not have had a few drinks that night. And Amanda, my wife, is 6 foot tall. So she's intimidating looking to any woman, most women, because she's tall.
Mm-hmm.
And my sister may be 5 foot tall, but she thinks she's 6 foot tall. Mm-hmm. So she's got a mouth so they both start kind of sort of talking crap to these 4 cowboys that are sitting at the table next to us.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the cowboys, I'm not lying, was holding his fork, and it looked like that in his hand. That's how big this dude was.
Oh,
like, you could barely see the fork in his hand as he's eating his breakfast. And I just kept turning to them. I'm like, STF, you know, but I was wording it out. You're going to get my butt kicked. And this little 5-foot midget of a boyfriend you have, Connie, is not going to be able to help me when I'm getting beat down by these cowboys. And so they finally get done and they all stand up. And I am not lying. Not a single one of them was under 6'10". And they were all big, just big cowboys. I was like, dear God, they're going to get me killed. I'm going to be beat the hell down. And no one's going to be able to stop these guys because these guys were huge, you know.
That's when I will take Aaron's advice.
Yeah, trust me, I was like, y'all can get beat down. I'm going to go run. I'm going to be hiding in the bathroom. Like so that one cowboy, he's eating his breakfast and he's holding his fork like this. That's how huge his hand is.
He had a Happy Meal fork. That's why.
Hey, there's no sound. Where'd you go?
It went silence.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. Hello?
Craig, how you doing, sir?
What is Amanda saying? Frank, look, Frank, I ain't scared.
Tell me about the wall.
Buford Pusser, right? Everybody see Walking Tall?
Yeah.
Yes, T-Flips. My keyboard is a new keyboard, but I hate that it's like click, click, click. So anybody has a keyboard, let me know. I would love to buy it.
You need like them soft, what do they call those? Like soft keys or whatever they call them? So yours are all clickety.
Look at this thing.
Whoa.
I think that's
it's pretty, but
yeah. It's me crazy though.
yeah, in case anybody dropping in wants to know why we have this special panel of co-hosts, Uncle B is under the weather today and trying to eradicate a stomach virus that he's got so he can be better for tomorrow. So Jennifer, Jimmy got the Rona from going to the thrift store.
Jimmy, you could have done the live from the restroom.
yeah.
Put up that green screen. Hey guys.
Whoa.
Oh,
Aaron just did something. Aaron.
she probably hit it by
Aaron
accident.
just made herself disappear. That was cool.
Oh man.
Aaron, come back. You seemed like you were about ready to say something really good and then just whoosh. There's
I'm telling you, I don't know what to do with this new computer. I think this same thing happened the other day when I did my first live. I was like, what did I do?
See, everybody's with you on your clickety keyboard. Amanda said she likes it. T's Flip said a lot of people love those old clickety keyboards.
I'm one of like a hard typer, so when I do it, my wife could be downstairs and she'll be yelling like, "Stop pounding on the keys." I'm like, it's just heavy fingers.
Yeah, exactly, Dan. It was my flashy keyboard. Like, exit.
Right. It was just funny because you were getting ready to say something, and then it was like whoosh, disappeared. She gone. She gone.
Yep. So did I hear that you went to Salvation Army, Frank?
No. We don't have any Salvation Armies here in Denver.
Oh.
There's one in Parker. Is there a bunch of Salvation Armies in the Springs?
I know of one for sure. And I drove past it the other day when I was headed to Costco, and they are closed until further notice.
So, have you been to any ARCs?
I went to one yesterday.
What's ARC?
That's that thrift chain we have here in Colorado.
It's like a Goodwill.
They give you 30%. They give you 30% off.
Yeah, for having a mask on.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Except for I think white is the color this week, so white they're not giving you 30% off. But
yeah, and tell me why the whole store was filled with white.
The way the ARC thrift store works with their tags, they've got pink, yellow, orange, blue, and white that they tag their inventory every week. So that goes in rotation. So then every week, one of those colors is 50% off no matter what.
Mhm.
But they also do Senior Day on Tuesdays, where every color but the current week's color is 50% off. And then every Saturday, every color but the current week's color is 50% off. So it's really a crapshoot. It's like you can go on the off days and you'll pay up a little more, but sometimes you get better inventory that days. And then if you have where you go like on a Senior Day or a Saturday. But again, because they're promoting the safer, whatever you want to call it, but making sure people are being protective of each other, they're giving everybody 30% off if you wear a mask in the store. So
Yeah, Sunny, like Uncle B said, it's like Savers. And Amanda said, yeah, everything was white tag.
When I first started,
a lot of the good stuff is white tag still.
When I first started thrifting,
and
everything.
Then, what the green tag means?
Go ahead, Sunny. Quit talking, Frank.
When I first started thrifting, everything was just the color, right? But it didn't have the printout of the word of the color. So when I was looking at stuff and say green, I thought it was blue. I was getting all excited that I was going to get a discount. And then you're like, wait, this is full price. And they're like, yeah, because you didn't get none of the colors of the thing. So after a while, I was just like, you know what? If it looks like a good price, I'm not worried about the discount. So I just went off of that. And then they started making changes about Vegas, typing out the word on there. So I was like, oh, yes. Now I'm part of the game like everybody else. Did that ever happen to you, Aaron? Also being partially colorblind?
I don't think so. I don't know. I'm kind of like you. Like, if it's a good price, I'm getting it no matter what.
Yeah.
So, I don't think so.
One of the things Aaron I was doing yesterday when I was looking at some of the stuff to buy, like I would look at, I was like, oh, this is white. Or since yesterday was Senior Day, 50% off.
Did you qualify for that?
Not quite. I've been asked that several times though, and it really hurts my feelings. But then I'm like, no. I'm like, damn, if I can get 50% off, it might be worth, But with this 30% off deal, and I don't know how long they're going to run this for, but there were a few items I'd look at and I'd be like, okay, this is, it's white. But then I'm thinking to myself, or, it's not the color of the week.
Yeah.
But you can still get that 30% off, so it's almost close to, you know what I mean?
There was a guy on Facebook Marketplace about 2 weeks ago claiming that he had bought some pallets straight off from Goodwill. So he was trying to sell it for a price. And I messaged him to see if he was trying to sell it as a whole himself, like a whole lot. But he didn't reply back. I was trying to see if I could sort through it. It looked like he had some good items, but I'm like, I wonder if that's even true. If he did buy it from Goodwill like that.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, either one of you guys shop on Goodwill.com? Look at their auctions?
Yes.
But not too much.
I haven't bought anything.
Nate got me doing that, looking on it more often. I've bid on a few things and I've lost most of my auctions that I bid on, but man, there's some needles in that haystack. I mean, I almost got a set of Harley Davidson exhaust tailpipes that I would have been able to flip for like $150, and I lost out on the auction at the last minute for $16. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't pay attention to how soon the auction was ending, so I went to another screen and I went back to check it, and the auction had ended. But man, that would have been a nice little flip.
Yes.
And you can source, or you can search it down by your state too. So, because this one was out of so I don't know if you know this, and all the auctions come out of Colorado Springs.
Mm-hmm.
So your shipping, you can actually do pickup. Nate said.
Oh, nice.
You don't have to worry about paying the shipping. You can go pick it up at the store.
Sweet.
Just so you know.
I did not know that.
SC Thrifted Treasures. Does anyone sell on Mercari? I list on Mercari, but I haven't sold much. I sold like 3 items, I think. I mean, not great. I don't focus as much as I should. What about you, Aaron or Sonny? I know, Aaron, you're Poshmark gal. Do you do Mercari as well? I can never remember.
Yeah, I have Mercari too, but I cross post from my Poshmark, and usually they sell on Poshmark before they sell on Mercari, so I'm constantly taking them down. But I'm going to try and list a couple things that I don't have listed on either eBay or Poshmark and see how it does. My good friend that does reselling also, she's been doing on Mercari, and she's like, it's been hot cakes. She said she's selling like crazy.
Do you know what she's selling?
I don't know. I don't know if it's closed. I'll have to ask her.
I've been on Mercari for like maybe 2 months, and I've had all but one good experience.
Mm-hmm.
And for that reason, last night or this morning, I just canceled or deleted my account. But other people seem to be doing very, very well. So
you deleted your account? Is that what I heard, Sonny?
Hell yeah, I deleted it. Too much. Like the last one, I had this guy that ordered something, said I woke up at 8, and then right when I woke up, an item sold. So it took about 30 minutes for me to wash my face and all, packed it up. It was around 9. Now I ended up going, my mailman ended up coming in around 10, and I dropped it off. And I went to the account and put that it's been shipped.
Mm-hmm.
And about 5 hours later, this guy replies to me saying, hey, I want to cancel my order. So I just replied back saying, it's been shipped, and I shipped it off at, 4 or 5 hours ago. And he replies back saying, that's shady. I've been a reseller for so long, and it hasn't delivered to me yet. And I'm like, what do you mean it hasn't delivered to you yet? It just shipped off. You're like 8 states away. So he just kept going back and forth and being super rude. And I was trying to contact Mercari, but they were down. I don't know if they're up now to talk to people about it, and they didn't. It's just been one thing after another. So just too much for me. I've had more issues with Mercari than I've had 4 years of eBay and less. So no bueno for me.
Yeah. So my friend, she said that she sold a Coach purse and women's clothing. So yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's like, is there a secret? Is there something different you got to do on Mercari than on eBay? And this is for anybody in the chat as well. I mean, I'm just curious what I'm doing wrong. Where, like I said, I think I've sold 4 items in the month and a half I've been on Mercari. And of course, I'm getting 300 notifications a day telling me, blah, 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 liked your picture or liked your shirt or liked your pants or whatever. I'm like, dear God. They can lower their percentage by just eliminating whoever's in charge of their notification process, because, man, I get a ton of notifications every day, but then it keeps telling me to want to, whatever you want to call it, like promote your, but then you got to keep lowering the price of your item. So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Somebody tell me, help me, please.
I'm not the one to ask. What's the chat say?
Craig, that's awesome. One purchase away from Poshmark. Yeah. That's good.
Okay, so again, I'm going to play blind on this. What does that mean when you're a Posh ambassador?
Go ahead, Sonny.
I don't know, but I know like the sales, like Steve from Pick and Roll has been an ambassador for some time now. And for me, that just says that they're killing it in sales, like above and beyond, not regular people like myself, but I'm pretty proud of myself sometimes. But Craig here, like you have to be putting out numbers and being part of sharing and being part of parties. So it's not just you and about yourself. It's really being towards the community as a whole. So that would be the ambassador. But I'm pretty sure he could give you specifics on the numbers and what that criteria is. But he's definitely moving some numbers though.
So is ambassador like and I'm not saying this in a negative way, but it's like essentially like similar to like a top rated seller on eBay. You're in that upper echelon, you're that higher ranking seller than okay.
You got it. That's what I understood out of it. I mean, there's not much more to it than that.
I'm going to read it off of Google. A Poshmark ambassador is someone who represents the community well. They are active in buying, selling, sharing on the app. You must stick to the Posh compliant rules. The biggest rule that you need to follow as a Poshmark ambassador is to only Posh compliant items in the closets. I think.
Yeah, it says you get some extra benefits and you get promoted to new poshers.
Mm-hmm.
So if I open a Poshmark account, I'll be a new posher.
Yeah.
I want to be an ambassador. Sounds like a good pay raise.
Yeah, like Dana's is not too hard to achieve.
Dana, congrats to you too. She just became one last month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I've heard from different people like video games sell good on Mercari. I just have clothes right now. So for the record, maybe that's why I'm not killing it on Mercari. I just have clothes right now. So maybe I need to diversify and get some other stuff listed on there. That's the only thing I have right now are clothes and shoes. And then they also limited me to, I think, 100 listings. It says I have to sell more in order to get like.
Yeah, right.
Am
I missing something on this, Aaron? Or
it's like Mercari too. You get all these listings, and hey, somebody started a party. Do you want to join?
Yesterday, I had 100 notifications, and that was somebody's following you. Somebody liked your listing. You're invited to a posh party. You have an offer. You're invited to a posh party. It's like, okay, I got it. Like, I just want to know if somebody wants to buy something.
That's what I'm saying. I'm looking at my Mercari right now at the notifications, and it's like, blah blah blah. Simply Fashions and one other person likes your Columbia boots. Allison Krauss likes your boots. Matt Pierce likes your pants. Blah 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 likes your this. I'm like, I don't care. Buy the stuff.
Yeah. This is not Facebook. Don't like it. Buy it.
Yeah. But it's kind of like that same thing. Like, I think people put way too much stock in the watchers on your eBay listings. I was talking to a guy that was through a Facebook group, and he was just getting into reselling, and he would message me constantly. He's like, "Hey, I just got 2 watchers on my these jeans that I just listed." And I'm like, "Man," I said, I'm gonna let you know right now, don't put a lot of weight into that.
Look at No Money G's comment, Frank.
Great.
Right? Yeah, I'm an eBay super duper. Somebody was mentioning last night in a chat last night about somebody thought that because you had a blue door on your eBay store, it meant something compared to a green door or a yellow door or something. I'm like,
I wouldn't know.
No, we don't know that. It's all the same color.
Yeah, it's the same color.
But yeah, I was explaining to this guy. I was like, man, I said, I'm the same way. When I get a notification that somebody bought something, until I get that second one that says your PayPal has been, I don't get excited till I get paid for something. Because I could sell $1,000 blah blah blah, and until there's $1,000 in my PayPal account from that purchase, it doesn't mean crap. A couple of weeks ago, I was working. Me and Jimmy were working backstage on a deal, and at one point, I had like $490 in unpaid orders, and I'm like, I haven't sold that much. I haven't sold crap on that. It's until it's money in my PayPal account, that $480 doesn't mean anything to me. Mm-hmm. So when I see that thing that says waiting on payment and there's 5 or 6 of those, I'm like, all that is somebody put my stuff on layaway till they decide they want to pay it, mm-hmm. and then they land up either canceling it or whatever. You know what I mean?
I don't get this acronym. What's FOS?
Full of.
Oh. Got it.
Full of duty.
Yeah, right. IT always screwing things up. Oh, it's red sometimes. Did you know that, Sonny?
No. I know
Well,
when
I
we
just
were
thought that-
talking about maybe a month ago with eBay having the little like 3 red dots. I'm like, crap, there's nobody around me to ask, what these colors are. So I was screwed if there was any like that, the 3 dots on eBay.
Have you guys paid attention to the alleged rumor about YouTube changing the requirements for monetization?
No,
I-
I have not heard that.
I've heard I think Nana Tinks was talking about it and somebody else.
So the word around the campfire is coming June 1st. You will need 5,000 subscribers, and I don't know what the watch hours is going to be before you'll be monetized.
If that's so, it's probably like 10,000 watch hours. I'll never get there then.
That being said, I was talking to Nate and Anthony about it. I've Googled and searched everywhere to verify this, because it's just been talked throughout community on different lives and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Unless somebody has the information in an actual article that we can source, or you know what I mean, I think it's just people. It's just talk.
That's what the chat's saying.
Now, there would be something on YouTube, at least on their website, saying it, but I can't find anything.
Yeah, a lot of the chat's saying it's a rumor that they can't find anything. And Dave Tesla Pickers popped in just at the right time.
Yep.
Yeah, YouTube's site is saying it's still the same. 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. No changes have been made.
I almost feel like it may be some people trying to get some newer, younger developers and YouTubers to stop. Because I would say, would you say this is probably the highest YouTube for people doing lives and premieres and content that YouTube has ever been? I don't know. I mean, I'm fairly new to YouTube, but it seems everybody's doing it now. So I don't know if it was just some people wanted to throw out a rumor to get people like, oh, well, this ain't gonna be worth my time. I'll never get to 5,000 by June 1st. So here, I'll just deactivate my account or whatever. I don't know. You know what I mean?
We all need to go over and watch Jennifer, our moderator. She says she only has 3 watch hours, but 909 subscribers.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to gift those 909 to me, Jennifer, I would take them.
I need
I'm only 825 away from 1,000. If you want to do the math from that, it's really sad. Like 175, I think. But I mean, honestly, I'm one of those people where if I get there, I get there. If I don't, I don't. Even if you get to 1,000 subs in the 4,000 hours, let's be realistic. How much money are you going to make off of it? You know what I mean? It's until you get into those higher levels where it can really be, financially,
There's a lot of pros though to just sticking with your YouTube channel, because there are buys that come from this. So you may necessarily not reach, these criterias, and even if they do change, but you grow a fan base and you also grow potential customers who are going
Right.
to share your information. So the value is more in just continuing to do you and be a positive influence. Not like me. I think I'm a horrible person.
Whatever.
Somebody like Aaron, who's amazing, and Frank and Jimmy and everybody else in here but me. Just keep doing you.
You quit it, Sonny. I'd like to know how Dave at Tesla Pickers is doing. I watched a video yesterday and there was quite a few ads in there.
The
Yeah.
ads, I was told, I don't know if this is true, but in supporting others, I let them play through. I don't try to skip over them or anything. I just let them play. I'm not in a rush for nothing. I figured it helps. If it helps, then cool. If not, then oh well, I watched it for nothing.
You learn something. You have to go shop on Mercari.
Screw Mercari. For me, at least.
And that's why I say I don't put a lot of stock into. I'm not losing any sleep worrying about, man, am I at 200 yet or 250, whatever. It'll come. I just enjoy doing this. This is fun. I love hanging out with everybody. I get to hang out with my best friend every day for an hour on our show.
Yes, yeah, is asking for a wrench. Give him the wrench.
He's got a wrench now.
Frank, did you see here? Jennifer's telling you how you get those subscribers.
Yeah, I just got to be the best damn mod in the business, like she is, because she is truly a badass when it comes to But I love that she's got 3 videos and 909 subs. Because she's
3 hours.
Or 3 hours. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my watch hours. I checked this morning when I woke up, just out of curiosity, using the YouTube Studio app, and it went from like 2,500 watch hours to 23 hours. And I'm like, what's going on? But oh well, still doesn't matter because I don't have the 1,000 or 4,000, whatever.
I'll never get there.
I'll never get it.
You're halfway there, Aaron. You're moving up.
Mm-hmm.
I hit the auto ad. I think it's because my videos are 25 to 30 minutes, and I had those ads. Oh, yeah. I was like, man, where all these ads come from? Look at Dave.
I got 22,000 watched minutes. So what does that equate to in hours? Like 4?
Yeah. I've got 21,000 minutes. How many is that?
That is 366 hours. So, if I could afford it, Jennifer, I would pay you. But you need to get me up to that 1,000. I will pay you to mod if you can get me to 1,000. How about that?
Frank, she said it's not because of her sharing, it's because you have to be nice. And go to every live ever.
Hey, I'm nice. I even sit here and literally make myself the butt of every joke that we do. Just so everybody else can laugh at how sad I really am.
It's always a good laugh, Frank, no matter if you're the butt end of the joke.
Yeah, everybody's what is Amanda saying? Why am I out? Is she talking about, babe, are you talking about me? I'm out.
She said, you're in trouble.
Oh, she said we have to be nice. I know what she's saying. She's saying because if I have to be nice and this and that, yeah, he out. He done.
I'll probably make
you're good, bro.
Share Dana's and Rev's or Jennifer's as well. Everybody who's close to 1,000.
Dave, I like yours. Don't change it any.
I always like his little sound effects he has on his videos.
Who's that?
Dave, Tesla Picker.
Where's your hat? Where's your hat? Where's your vape? Oh, she froze.
I heard that I'm supposed to be like Jimmy today, not Frank.
Oh.
So
okay.
I just saw my new shirt that I got printed. No.
Did you get that new merch?
No,
Oh,
I'm just teasing because I heard yesterday I had to replay the show that Jimmy got some merch for his store.
Yes, he did. He got that merch fulfill.
Yeah.
Of course, and then his brother, God forbid Jimmy be happy because he's got this fancy old school flip shirt and he shows it off like this. And his brother's like, hey, and that street sign is actually life size.
Oh my!
That yield symbol or whatever. And Jimmy was close to dying. Let me put it this way: he was laughing so hard.
Hey, Dan, I was celebrating Cinco de Mayo last night. Don't mind my salsa stain.
Oh, yesterday was Cinco de Mayo, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had unintentionally I had nachos for dinner last night. Nothing special.
Dave Tesla Pickers, from what I understand, that going live can help your watch hours, but it's not the way to go necessarily, is what I've heard from the bigger guys.
You know, I heard that from I've heard it from many people, but the one that stands out is Tommy Bernhardt. His video with Craig and I think John. If that video is not like has to be one of the videos, like everybody who starts out reselling and who's trying to catch up in the history of reselling, like where it started and where it's going, that's a great video to listen to and should be like recommended for everybody. Like just listen to it while you're listening. You don't have to watch it, keep up with the chat, which I like about live chat is that even though it's over a week or so from now when I'm catching up, I like to list up and just listen. So now I no longer have to keep up, you know. And later on, I'll just drop my comments of what I think of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad that live chats are like that 72 hours, maybe, you know, and then after that, nobody watches it.
Mm-hmm.
Or not enough people watches it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think lives, they're great for like, okay, so like today, let's say say we had 30 people on the show and we're at an hour and a half already. So that's what, 45 hours of watch time if everybody stayed on from beginning to end. That's great for the day.
It equals about 4 minutes.
What's that?
It equals to about 4 minutes.
Right? Yeah, that's about 38 seconds. No, but the chances of most people wanting to watch this show, the average person that doesn't know this community, you're probably not going to get those views anymore after, like I said, within 48 to 72 hours after Aaron, I know you're reading the same thing I just read. See, that's what he gets for going to Casa Bonita. Aaron, have you been to Casa Bonita?
I have not, but when I worked in the dental field, all the girls were like, that place is the best place ever. And then I heard from people like you that are like, no, that place is terrible.
No, it is not the best place ever. It is literally garbage.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite Mexican restaurant up there?
My Kitchen.
My Kitchen, huh?
What?
Yeah.
A mom and pop store? Restaurant?
Oh,
No,
my
Oh, your kitchen at your house.
Yeah.
I got it. Sorry, I'm a little slow.
We're in
I'm like, what kind of restaurant is that? I haven't heard of that.
I'm trying to find some pictures of Casa Bonita.
No, Dan, I'm not coming up to Denver. You all coming to the Springs. I'm not going and having that.
Okay, you guys ready to see this?
Maybe. I'm not sure yet.
So this is
Gotta go.
the enchilada plate with beans and rice.
Mmm, yummy. That's at Casa Bonita. I thought you were showing me your house.
No, that's Caca Bonita.
Caco? Man, I'm about to go get some Roberto.
Look at that white substance they put on the enchiladas. It's like
White substance. That doesn't sound appetizing.
Hold on, I'm gonna find a picture of the wall.
Oh,
Remember you guys talking about the wall yesterday?
The wall.
Is this the one Amanda said you were fighting, or
What is she saying?
I think Aaron's high.
No. Cracking up with the chat. Amanda says that his wife is the best Mexican food cook ever.
I will say this. Okay.
I love refried beans.
My wife, who is pasty white, makes the best enchiladas ever. My white girl wife makes the best menudo ever. This white girl has been taught well. And
Did you see what Nikki T said too?
I'm gonna get some Mexican food after this show.
Sounds
That's what I said. It's like we gotta see Aaron just laughing.
Gotta see those dimples.
no.
Noodle.
I am
Yeah.
dying to
Do not let anybody talk you into thinking Caca Bonita is anything better. But I gotta find a picture of the wall, you guys. It's important that you see the wall. She's literally crying, folks. Hold on, we gotta get her big on the screen again.
She's like, stop, stop it.
oh man.
You know, Taco Bell is not one of the food places you can eat at night because you're gonna taste that in the morning on your breath.
Yeah. It's one of those meals you're gonna regret in the morning.
That's horrible.
Yeah, I don't like Taco Bell either.
Here's their menu at Caca Bonita. Hold on, what I do? I messed up something. So there's the outside of
Sounds
the
good.
building, folks. Wait, it's not on the screen. Never mind. I'm over here talking about the restaurant, and it's not even on the screen.
We're imagining it.
That's our menu.
It's on the wall.
That looks like a drive-through menu.
It does.
That's on the wall at the restaurant.
Oh.
Hold on. Wait for it. Here's an article they're talking about.
Oh,
This
loading.
article.
It won't load.
It's too much. Too much for live YouTube.
Yeah.
Jennifer, I love chalupas. Homemade chalupas. Cajun, that'll be hilarious.
Yeah. He did a good Elmo.
Joey's off the chain. America's favorite postman.
Oh, the chat saying, honey, it's just me and your show now. Frank's gone. He's
How
frozen.
He's moving. So he literally froze.
Dan says,
He must have saw Medusa.
Dan says, Frank is clogging up too much.
He's taking too much.
I can't even tell. Oh, Dan, you crack me up.
Frank is clogged up from too much caca bonita. What kind of shit show is this, Gray? Uh-oh, it's getting there. Oh, no, we lost it.
We had some difficulties here.
Frank, I didn't know you could leave the show and just leave us here.
All right, I'd left you guys hanging. I'm like, I'm out. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go somewhere. So you guys take it from here.
He's like, I'm going to Casa Bonita now. See ya.
All this talk has got me.
Oh, my cheeks hurt.
Yeah, I'm over here crying.
My daughter said the government took me out for talking about Casa Bonita.
Yeah. Them thrifting Goombas asking if you're joining Jay.
Bum 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 bum.
Yeah, Dan.
Jimmy gave me the virus. Oh, Coco.
All right, you
Oh
guys.
my God, you guys.
Contagious.
So what did I miss when I got kicked out of the show? Sonny and Aaron booted me out of the show earlier. Uh-oh. Now Aaron's okay.
Dan said that you clogged up too much of Casa Bonita on YouTube. That's why you went away. And then No Money G. So what kind of SHIT show is this? What is happening? Yeah, the chat went crazy when you left. You'll have to go back to the chat there.
Don't make the people mad, Frank. You gotta stick in.
Yes. You got to pay that cable bill.
You mean I found a picture of the wall.
Oh, here we go.
Are we gonna try this again?
Is it gonna work?
Yeah, I found the picture, folks. Hold on, bear with me a moment. I don't think you guys are ready for this picture, though. Bear with me.
We've been bearing, Frank.
Hold on. Here we go. This is the honest to God truth, folks. I am not lying.
This is much better than cable. Yes, definitely.
Oh, this is how it started. Okay.
This is their buffet.
So look at that crusty old wall full of like food debris and everything. And you can see just through the side of the wall is like this brass tray that they slide these plates through. So they're like, we need 3 all-you-can-eat meals, and then all of a sudden they just jettison these plates through that wall, and you grab the plate.
Looks like it's made out of masa.
It's made out of caca. I think they've got a tube going from the restrooms back into the kitchen, so they're like reconstituting, I guess. I don't know if that's the word, reprocessing. I don't know.
Cajun wants to know if that's food.
Allegedly.
Like shredded rodents.
No Money G said he wants to come to Denver and go there.
I think Amanda said I don't want any food that comes out of that hole. But those are
you
good places, though.
Have you guys seen Vegas Vacation?
Yes.
Do you want some?
I'll have some of the yellow.
Yeah. No, those are switched.
I'll have some of the yellow, and don't go skimpy on me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that place right there.
Yes. So, Aaron, I promise you, do not let anybody convince you that that place is good to eat.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
You want to talk about gastrointestinal issues?
It comes with. Does it come with the doctor?
No. Well, Sonny, it's just us again. They kicked him off again.
No, he's moving. I could see him. He's moving.
Uh-oh.
No, you're not, Dan. I'm not going.
Somebody actually made a
Okay, that's enough of the Casa Bonita talk there. Whoa. Wrong button. It's an automatic cleanse,
Yeah.
like you said. You don't need to go to a colonic, get a colonic. You just go to Casa Bonita.
Yeah.
Cleans you nice and clean.
You could eat and lose weight at the same time. That's the perfect thing.
Uh-oh. What's Dan popping up on me now?
Yeah, IT support. Hey, what have you seen what he's doing today? Is he still celebrating Cinco de Mayo or?
The supple PS.
Okay, we're going to try to attempt to share this page that Dan, because this guy did like a write-up to show off.
I guess I've got a co-host now. Eric was saying.
Laughing Larry.
Yeah.
Greg, I was waiting for Pennywise to peek through that opening.
Okay, so here is the beautiful exterior of Casa Bonita. There's a little leaflet that tells you about the entertainment you're about to see at the restaurant, including cliff divers and experiencing gunfights,
Dan's
magicians.
Are there really like gunfighters and people running through there?
Oh, yeah. So they have like Blackbeard's cave. So there's literally a cave inside this restaurant.
I've heard
you can walk through this cave.
Oh, Aaron froze. So is this like a Mexican version of medieval times?
Yes.
Interesting.
See, there's see the hole in the wall? And then so they've got this coagulating congealed food sitting out at room temperature. And you're supposed to just be happily grabbing a plate full of food, I guess, call it.
Is it a show?
The plates are hot, the food's not, which is a good thing.
The plates are hot, but the food aren't. Is it?
What's that, Aaron?
I said, is there a show there too? I forget the show. That guy, look in the picture. He's spitting out his.
Yeah, there's cliff divers.
Oh, that guy! Look at the guy with the green napkin.
Yeah,
spitting out. His
No, he.
Yeah, he's doing everything he can to keep his food down.
That's,
Dan.
he didn't bring his mask. He knew what was coming.
I'm laughing so hard.
Now,
I've heard so
I
many
will
people
say the sopapillas are good.
Oh. And she's like, why'd we go here?
And she has a look of, you know what she's saying right now? Oh my God, where's the restroom?
She's like, poke my nose. Oh my God. Oh,
so
wow.
think of Casa Bonita was like supposed to be like the Mexican version of like a Chuck E. Cheese kind of a theme
/ medieval times.
Yeah.
/
There's the waterfall. So if you can, like I said yesterday, if you could think of the aromatics of a high school boys' locker room is what this restaurant smells like as well.
There is too much going on in there, but it seems amazing.
You want to go, huh, Sonny?
Yeah, I do.
Just to experience the atmosphere.
They got their own version of Big with Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Right?
Who's that? Christina Aguilera?
I'm surprised through this guy's picture thing. He never once had a picture of the cliff divers and all that other stuff they have in there. But yeah, it's insane. So here's another way to get an idea. You can either go to YouTube and there's an episode of South Park where they make fun of all the stuff that happens inside Casa Bonita. And they even go so far as like making fun of like how people say it's like the greatest restaurant on the planet. It's the best food. It's a hilarious episode. Or there's plenty of YouTube videos of people that did recordings of them going through Casa Bonita. So yeah, Dan linked the episode of South Park into
the chat.
So
buffet points for sure at that place.
Mm-hmm. Definitely deserve it.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to like I said, the one time we went there, they actually served stale chips on their nachos, and I'm like, how the heck can you have stale chips when literally you're going through cases of chips a day and you still manage to serve stale ones? So that's what level we're at, folks.
They're throwing them back in the bin.
Yeah, the uneaten chips go back in a
reusable chips.
Aaron, here's the comparison. Fargo's is the Colorado Springs version of Casa Bonita.
Yep. Totally agree.
People, if you don't know what Fargo's is, it's a dumpster fire pizza restaurant in Colorado Springs that is about as bad as what we just showed you on Casa Bonita.
Maybe
it's like this creepy pizza restaurant where when you go, after you order your food, you go to a table and they got these mirrors on the wall. Look at Aaron, looks like, whoa, you were like freezing in a
You two can't handle all this.
But you got to keep an eye on these pictures on the wall, and you have a ticket number, and so randomly your number will come up on a wall, and you're like 75, and you're like, ooh, 75, go get our cardboard. I mean, our pizza. And then.
And if you don't like porcelain dolls, don't go there.
Right, and weird old ladies in like these turn of the century dresses. It's creepy, beyond creepy.
Yeah,
you have a decent salad bar.
The salad bar is really good.
It's one of those places where it's a pizza place, but you don't go for the pizza.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have any restaurants like that, Sonny, in Vegas?
No, not like that. Where you have Cirque du Soleil, you have a Mexican / jungle /
You mean you don't have a Rainforest Cafe there?
It'll be cool if all those exits were actually not exits.
Find your way out.
Place like that, not that I know of. That has a lot going on. It might be like the closest thing to Ripley's, believe it or not, but other than that, I don't know.
I wonder how well this will play. We're going to try something before we end the show here, folks.
Okay. Damn. Two of them being right here. Dan said another one, don't come to Colorado. We have enough crazy people. Enough people in crazy restaurants here.
Okay, wish us luck, folks. Can you guys see the screen?
We can see it.
Excuse me. Eat some of your. Excuse me. Eat some of your. Oh, gotta get back my team. Okay, back my team. Gotta get my team. Skeleton. Oh man, I'm so scared. Oh, that was awesome. Oh, Pip Diver. Oh, Pip Diver. Come on, dive. Dive. Oh, awesome. That was cool, huh?
Did he have more trophies?
Silver pants. Can I get some silver pants? Sweet. Ooh, puppet show. That. Where?
Get into the line.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Well, kid, you made an entire town panic, you lost all your friends, and now you're going to juvenile hall for a week. Was it worth it?
Totally.
That is South Park or Casa Bonita in a nutshell, folks.
That's crazy.
That is accurate to literally. There is a black. Whoa! Hello.
No, perfect words that make you right.
Perfect.
Dan says that there's a flag that you raise on your table when you want more food.
Yeah, there's a green side. Yeah, and you raise the flag if you want more gastrointestinal issues, or you lower the flag if you've had enough.
Oh, I have to go now just because of you guys talking about it.
I will say this. I tell everybody, you got to go once. So you know that because I joke about it all the time, how bad it is. So I tell people, go once. So I'm not full of crap, first of all. And number two, how a restaurant can serve such horrible, horrible food, and people are lined up like they're going to ride the Twister at Elitch's, waiting in line to eat there.
Mm-hmm.
Like they literally bring buses full of people to go eat at that restaurant.
Yeah,
Busloads. It's crazy.
that's what I've heard.
Well, with that being said, folks, we are coming up on 2 hours, so that's it for today. Don't forget, tomorrow on Uncle B's channel, we will have Matt, Phoenix Flipper. Sonny, I can't thank you enough for coming in and to hanging out with me today. Aaron, same as you. Always welcome to either one of you guys. So thank you for taking the time to spend with me today. I appreciate it. Jimmy, hope you feel better.
Yeah, Jimmy, I hope.
Hang in there, brother. I need you on here tomorrow because you got a lot of questions for Matt, I know. So we need to. I need you back on here tomorrow, buddy. So get to feeling better. Everybody in the chat, thank you for coming in and hanging out with us today.
Don't forget to share Rev's channel. Try to all be a part of helping them reach these new goals that we're all trying to reach.
Yes. So before we end the show, if somebody can, couple things, link Justin's live for tonight,
Jennifer's already got
as well as Rev's channel.
Thank you, Jen.
We need to get him over $1,000. And before I end the show, I want to make sure it's on there. And Aaron, seriously, your laugh had us all in.
99% laughs the entire show.
Yeah.
Kelly Hustle, what's up, brother? Sorry, we're coming to an end, but thank you for dropping in. We appreciate you. Thank you. Hit that like button. You get free sopapillas.
From Casa Bonita.
Yeah.
Casa Bonita, Casa Bonita. So a fun fact, that was supposed to be a nationwide chain. There were supposed to be Casa Bonitas in every major city in the country. I think once the developers saw the train wreck that was on West Colfax in Denver, Colorado, they were like, we might want to rethink this. They were like, okay, Taco Bell's putting out quality Mexican food compared to us, so let's
Jennifer, I think he's also going to be on a live tonight too.
Mm-hmm.
If Nikki T or Rev is still in the chat, they could share it, but I can't remember who it was with. And I
don't remember it, honestly.
Well, anyway.
But seriously, everybody, thank you all for dropping in. Aaron, again, thank you so much. Sonny, appreciate you, buddy. You guys all have a great afternoon and evening. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Uncle B's channel, 11 a.m.
All right. Bye, guys.